Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of the Himalayas, lived a woman named Minu, renowned for her kindness and willingness to help others. Minu was always ready to share her food, clothes, and whatever she had with those in need. Despite being admired by everyone, Minu often faced difficulties because of her generosity. One day, while Minu was working in her fields, a group of tired and hungry travelers approached her, asking for help. True to her nature, Minu invited them into her home, provided them with food, water, and a place to rest. However, the travelers took advantage of Minu's generosity, stealing her belongings and damaging her property before leaving without any gratitude. Feeling hurt and disheartened, Minu decided to seek advice from a wise sage living nearby. Upon meeting the sage, Minu shared her story and her struggles with kindness. The sage listened attentively and then told Minu a story. In a distant kingdom, there was a king named Rishi, known for his fairness and kindness. King Rishi had a beautiful garden that he cherished deeply. Whenever travelers arrived in the kingdom, the king welcomed them into the garden, offering them food and shelter. However, as more and more people heard about the king's generosity, they began to take advantage of it, demanding more than they needed, damaging the garden and polluting the pond. Despite the chaos, King Rishi continued to be generous, hoping his actions would inspire others to be good. Eventually, the once beautiful garden became a wasteland, and King Rishi felt regret for his unbounded generosity. One day, a wise sage visited the kingdom and observed the state of the garden and the king's distress. The sage approached the king and said, "Your heart is pure and your intentions noble, but you have misunderstood the true essence of kindness. Kindness must be like a river flowing freely, but with boundaries. It should nourish and give life, but not allow itself to be polluted." The sage continued, "True kindness is about balance. It involves understanding the needs of others while also taking care of oneself. When you give too much without consideration, you deplete your own resources and harm yourself. Wisdom lies in knowing when to give and when to withhold." King Rishi realized his mistake and began to set boundaries for his garden, ensuring that only those who genuinely needed help could enter. Over time, the garden was restored to its former beauty, and the king felt content with his decision. After hearing the story, Minu understood that kindness must be practiced with wisdom. She returned to her village and began to apply these new lessons. Minu continued to help others, but learned to set limits and protect herself from those who were not sincere. Her life became more balanced, and the village also learned to practice kindness wisely. Minu felt happy and at peace, and her story inspired the entire village. They learned that kindness is not just about giving endlessly, but about giving wisely. By balancing kindness with wisdom, they created a harmonious and supportive community where everyone thrived.